this to pull back. Hey, so I wanted to come make a quick video just to chat with you guys and try to keep this whole journey going for those that are so warranted and interested in my journey and everything that I have going on. I really want to thank you guys for all the support and the messages, the comments, questions, the subscribers. You guys have been great, and I'm glad I can be of some kind of help for anybody who's in the process of starting their journey. A lot has happened since the last update. Surprisingly, all the pain and everything else started to come after those 2 days. And in the midst of that, I have been to the orthodontist like 2 or 3 more times since my first tightening, and not by choice. So I'm just going to tell you guys a few more things that's been going on and show you some more close-ups of my pearly whites. And because I've had a few of you kind of say, hey, you know, your teeth are so pretty, we want to see more of your teeth. So here goes. So, tightening update. My last video, I talked about my first tightening. I did that video 2 days after my tightening, and all was well in the world. No major pain, nothing, everything was great. Well, lo and behold, after those 2 days, I started to experience issues with my brackets and my wires and just everything. So just to give you a quick run through, got my tightening on that Tuesday, updated you guys on that Thursday. Well, that same night, I realized that this bracket, the wire wasn't going from that bracket to the last tooth. So I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem right. How can that tooth have any movement if the wire is not hooked to it? So it's the first thing I noticed. Next thing, I was like, well, I was already having problems with my wires, and they were poking me really bad. So I was like, well, let's call about this wire that's not reaching the back bracket, and then maybe we can get some adjustments done to the wires that are poking me. So I called them, got an appointment the following Tuesday, went in. They ended up changing my top wire completely because it was too short, so they had to do a new wire. Then what they decided to do was, because the 2 wires in the back were poking me so bad, they decided to just clip them completely. Went home, and what happens next? Tried to eat, talk, do whatever else for, throughout my day, and the wire popped straight out, both sides. It popped out of this bracket and it popped out of this bracket. And if a wire, it bends like this, so if it's in there, when it pops out, it goes like that. And it's poking you directly in the cheeks. So I'm like, okay, this isn't right. However, the assistant told me, she said, it's going to be prone to coming out since I've cut the wire now. If it comes out, just put it back in. So I'm thinking this may happen once or twice. This may have happened like 10 times within 24 hours. So I said, okay, this isn't cool. Called them back again. I told them I came in yesterday, got my wires clipped, and now they won't stay in the bracket. They keep coming out. And now I feel like I'm starting to damage the wire because I keep having to maneuver it to get it back in the bracket. So she gets me an appointment the next day. I go back in again. So at this point, the orthodontist is like, we're so sorry, you have to keep coming in. Let's see what we can do to fix this. The top teeth are fine. No poking of wires. Everything's peachy keen with the top teeth. The bottom teeth, they ended up having to take the wire completely out because, keep in mind, they cut it so short to where there was no room to hook it anymore. So they add another wire on the bottom. Well, this time they move up to the next wire. They're like, well, let's move up to the stronger wire. I think your bottom teeth have straightened out a little more. We had a thinner wire on there first because you had so much crowding on the bottom. So now that some of the crowding has kind of corrected itself, let's move you up to the next wire. That's going to help with, since I have these spaces, that's going to help with allowing more give if I chew food on that wire or whatever the case may be. Because if you notice here, and here, If you notice those two spaces that I have there, there's no teeth, so it's just wire. So it was easier for it to pop out because there was no brackets to hold the wire in place. It's just really going from bracket, space, bracket. So what they did a stronger wire. This was crucial because it was stronger, and the minute she closed my brackets back up, I could tell it was a stronger wire. And on top of that, what they decided to do was add a power chain to both sides. A power chain is basically like an elastic that looks like a chain. It has a bunch of little loops, and they hook it from one bracket and they hook it to the next bracket. And it's a stronger way of moving the teeth. And what they're trying to do at this point is move my back molars, move them up to the next space. So not only did that allow for us to go ahead and start moving those teeth, but it's also going to allow for my wires to not really bend or budge when I eat. So they added a tighter wire and they added the power chains. And the orthodontist is so nice. He said, hopefully we won't have to see you back until your regular tightening in 6 weeks. And hopefully this will work. If it doesn't, just give us a call back. So that was last Thursday. And today is Monday. So thus far, all has been great. I haven't had any problems with the wire coming out. And it's been good. The only issues I've been having that I wasn't having a few days after my tightening is my cheeks have gotten really raw from the extra appliances in the back. They were never there before, so now my cheeks are raw. They're pretty irritated. They get swollen. I can tell they're swollen. The average person can't see on the outside, but I can definitely tell they're swollen on the inside. And I've just been taking medicine for the pain and try to keep the inflammation down. I've also, because they've been swollen, sometimes I end up biting my cheek, or piece of it gets caught in my bracket or braces, and so that's the only problem that I've been having. But other than that, being that it's been a week since my tightening and a few days since them fixing all the other issues that I was having, I feel like I'm back. I'm normal now. I'm still having pain when I eat, but that's because with these stronger wires, my teeth are still moving. So pain medicine, Tylenol, I've been taking ibuprofen. That's been my friend. So that's what I would say, is to just be sure you have that on hand, especially after a tightening or before a tightening. Or if your orthodontist is great too, they'll have medicine there that they can give you, like some Tylenol or something. But that was what I wanted to update you all on, because after those 2 days, I'm like, this is not cool. More things are happening. I'm thinking after 2 days, I'm good. So, yeah, it's prone to happen. A few days after you're tightening or you get braces, you're good. But it's the things that start to happen after that. So, that was that. So, for my close-up, I've gotten a lot of requests from some of you guys saying, hey, we want to see more of your teeth. So, here goes. It's so funny because a lot lately people have been thinking I've only had a retainer on the top and not braces. I can see where these two teeth are starting to come from behind these two. And these teeth have started to pull back. You can see from the side profile. The bottom teeth have begun to straighten up. And this is all in 2 months. I showed earlier the space here. And that is a power chain and wire. Same here. I don't think I ever had a overbite. So I think they said my bite was fine. So we just want to straighten everything up and get it perfect. See, I literally was biting down on my cheek again. I know I mentioned in my first video about him straightening these two teeth, or like shaping them, but he may not have to when these two pull around. I have even seen, you may not be able to see it, it's a little space here and here. Those weren't there before. It was little though. And I have had a root canal done and a crown on this tooth back here. One thing, since I was missing teeth here, I didn't have to worry about spacers. So I've heard some of you guys talk about those. But that's your close-up. So far, everything else with my braces have been great. I've had no other complaints other than the annoyance sometimes of my cheek or jaw getting stuck. Like I said, I just got the new wire put on, so it's still a little painful. Keep in mind, I've had 3 appointments in 1 week, and within a week, so my teeth have gone through a few things, but it's nothing out of the norm or extra or out of the ordinary. And the dentist told me, you know, within the first few months, until your teeth start to straighten out, you're gonna go through some of those things, and so it's natural. So if you guys have any other questions, just let me know, and I'll be glad to answer them for you. And for some of you that follow my hair vlog, you'll notice that I did some changes to my hair, and so I'll do a video on that as well, but I don't want to clog up my braces journey for those who want to hear about my braces experience talking about hair stuff. So I'll do a separate video on that. And if you guys have any other questions, keep it coming. Like, keep doing what you're doing. Comment, subscribe, rate, let me know what you think, let me know what questions you have. I'll be so glad to answer them for you. And I will talk to you guys soon, so take care.